All right now. We're going to bring the brother on, Brother Sam, Transcending the Trance, how to get out of its control. Producer is AIC, and that was done the Friday after Misgiving of 2004. Hotep, everybody, from AIC.
Buffalo, welcome. Brother Sam.
All right, hotel. As is the tradition of our ancestors, I would like to start by requesting permission from the elders to speak. With permission from the elders to speak, I would like to just say, I'm really honored today. I'm in the midst of, I'm really in the midst of my teachers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, so it's almost like an exam going on. But I'm real honored to be able to present today. Actually, I want to actually dedicate today's presentation, because it's the first presentation that I've done since actually 1 week ago today, around this time. My grandmother, Mary Eliza Wavish Coleman, transcended to the realm of the ancestors. And so I'm real honored to be able to have her as an additional spirit to be guiding the words that I'm going to speak today. So with that, let me just kind of like jump right into the lecture. Today's lecture is Transcending the Trance. For those of you who have been in the previous lectures that I've done here at the African Information Center, we talked about the Matrix. And so today's lecture really is an extension of that particular lecture on the Matrix, but it won't focus so much on the movie The Matrix as much as it will focus on what the underlying principle of the Matrix is. In other words, the Matrix is a movie, and we can't forget that. But in the movie, there are principles that are relevant, that we can all learn from. So today, as opposed to focusing on the movie, we'll just be focusing on those principles. And so those principles are Transcending the Trance. I don't necessarily have to do it for this group, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it just because it serves a purpose to do it. You're saying there's more than just a surface thing when you do this. It's really about establishing a connection with us as a group. So I'm going to do what I do. I traditionally, before I do any lecture, any presentation, I do 3 or 4 initiations. In this case, I'll do at least 3 initiations, and then I'll do a story. And all those prepare us for what we're getting ready to get into. All right. Most people in this room have been through initiation, but I'm going to do it again anyway. I'll do it for the purposes of the camera. I'll do it for the purposes of those who haven't been through it. Let me just do a quick check for those people in the room. Who has been through the initiations that go for the beginning part of the lectures that I've done before? Raise your hand. So 3. Okay, all right. Everybody has. So this is good. Everybody has. You know what I'm saying? So that means everybody should be able to get this right. We should be able to get up and rolling right quick. Okay? So let me do this then. Let me do this just for the purposes of clarifying why we do it, and to maybe just kind of like get us into the lecture. Oh, I thought I had another chalkboard in the back there. I don't. I guess I don't. Initiation. Meaning. What's the meaning of initiation? Just go around the room. What does it means to be initiated?
Brought in.
Brought in. Anybody else? Initiated. Initiation. Approved. To begin. You understand? Initiate. Initiation. You understand? Now, let's just look at the word. If you just look at the word, initiation, the first part of the word is what? The second part of the word is it. That tells you a whole bunch of it right there. That to be initiated, you got to be in it. You can't get initiated over television. You can't get initiated, watching a video. You can't get initiated, talking to somebody or reading a book. Initiation means you in something, okay? So in this particular lecture that we're going to be going through, part of bringing you into this discussion, you understand, making you part of it. This is not me talking as a talking head. This is a relationship between all of us in the room. And this actually goes back to our tradition as Africans of what I'm going to call an oral tradition. What is an oral tradition? What is the oral tradition?
Spoken. Oral. Spoken word.
Yeah, spoken word. But when we say oral tradition, when we say the term oral tradition, what are we talking about when we say oral? We have an oral tradition. Yeah, we pass something on, but we don't pass it on in the form of, a book. Here's the book.
All of it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why, though? What is the reason why we have an oral tradition with our most sacred sciences, our highest knowledges? Why don't we just write it down and just give it to everybody? Why is it only passed on through an oral tradition?
So it's coming from an organic source.
It's coming from an organic source, which is to say it's alive. The oral tradition is to say what we're going to be talking about today, you can't get this information from a book. If you try to get it out of a book, see, you may not even be prepared. You reading what's in the book, you may not be getting what the person who wrote intended for you to get. But you study reading. Oh, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And all you really doing is taking the knowledge that you're getting and you reformulating it into your own experience. And you're not getting what was intended to be gotten. Our tradition is an oral tradition, which means the only way that you can get what was intended to be gotten is, first of all, you have to have a teacher, a person who has done it before, a person who has experience. Anybody cannot be a teacher in this. For example, the reason why before I got up here and spoke, I requested permission from those people who taught me is to get permission. They are validating that I am ready and able to present. Once validating I'm ready, able to present, also they're validating that the audience is an audience that's appropriate to be sharing this information with. Because you can't be sharing all kind of information with just anybody. The oral tradition is saying that when you are an initiate, what you've learned from being in it. If you just learn it from reading books, you ain't got to initiate people. You can just get up and start talking because all you got is words anyway. But if you have experience, you learned it from being in it, you make sure that other people that you share with, you draw them in it. There has to be an initiation before communication can go on. Because here's the reality. I'm saying you can't just walk out and just like give a pearl to swine. You can't just give this information. This information you have to be prepared for. We're going to be talking about transcending the trance. It ain't no lightweight topic. That topic has depth and it applies to our life experience. And if you are not initiated into the discussion, just a discussion about it, instead, what happens is you be listening from a place that we all can't be one. We all can't be united and together in our discussion. So what I want to do is I want to start off by doing a quick initiation, pulling us all into this discussion, making us one as we transfer this living knowledge that we're going to be talking about. The first part of the initiation has to do with a very critical factor in the process of initiation. In the process of initiation, most people have no idea that they can actually hear somebody and not listen to them. Is it possible to hear somebody but not listen to them? How can you hear somebody and not listen to them? That don't even make no sense. If you hear them, by virtue of the fact you hear them means what?
One thing is sound and one is understand.
There you go. You see, you separating sound from comprehension. But you understand that? Here, listen to how deep this is. You can actually hear somebody, which means on some level you're listening. But if you're not comprehending, it's like an echo, it's like a sound. I mean, it don't make no difference that sound, you're able to pick up sound because you are not comprehending, okay? So, the first thing that we do in our discussion is we make the connection between hearing and listening. And the reason why we're going to make this connection, to remind me of this, is because remember our discussion today is transcending the trance. I want to show you a number of trances before I talk about how you transcend the trance, okay? Here's the first level of initiation. The first level of initiation is a check to make sure that all of us in the room are hearing and at the same time listening, okay? This is how I check it. I'm going to tell a story. If you know the correct answer, you raise your hand. What do you do if you know the correct answer? Do you say it out loud?
Raise your hand.
You raise your hand. Okay, here's the story, okay? Especially for you, Sister Bird, too. You understand? You with me? All right, here's the first level of initiation, listening and hearing, okay? Here we go. Johnny's mother has 3 children. The first child's name is Nicole. The second child's name is Penny. Raise your hand if you know the name of the third child. Especially for you, Sister Burt. What's the name of the third child? Dina. You know what I'm saying? If it's Dina, Diamond, Dimona, you know what I'm saying? Now, here's the point. People who raise their hand is people who've been through initiation before, which means that we already at that stage. We already got that connection, okay? Now, Sister Burt, just for you, so you can get right here with us, is that right now, the correct answer is in your head. But you in trance, you understand? Which is the reason why you can't get to the correct answer, okay? And this is for anybody that's listening who think the answer is dime, dimona, or got anything to do with a dime. But what we're going to do now is break the trance. Help you transcend the trance. The trance that you are in has everything to do with the fact that you can hear me, but you have not listened to me yet because you got distracted by me sending you into a trance, okay? I'm going to do the story one more time. For those people who know the correct answer, you stand, hold off. If you don't know the correct answer, raise your hand if you do. All right, here we go, one more time. Ready, Brian? Johnny's mother has 3 children. The first child's name is Nicole. The second child's name is Penny. Raise your hand if you know the name of the third child. You got it yet, Brian? You ain't got it yet? You got it? You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
What is it?
You never said what the third thing.
Now, here we go. Here, yes, I did. Well, see, but there you go. Here's the trance again. You understand? You locked in there. When you locked in the trance, you there. Now, I'm going to take you out the trance, but just first, the whole point of showing you this is so you can know that you're in trance. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's just, for Brian and the Sister Bird purpose, did I tell everybody all 3 names? Yeah. Right now, listen to how deep this is, okay? You know the answer, but you don't know that you know. You know how deep that is? You know, but you don't know you know. So it's like this. Let's take it as a metaphor. If you got $1 million in the bank and you don't know it, how much do you got in the bank? No. You got $1 million in the bank, but you broke though, right? Because what? Because you can't access the $1 million. You know what I'm saying? This is how trance work, okay? You have an answer in your head right now. But because you're in trance, you cannot access it, even though it's in you, okay? Now, let me just take you out of the trance, okay? Do you know the story I just told? No. Okay, and if I say it again, will you know it? Listen to me this time. All I want you to do is tell me the story all over again, okay? Okay, Johnny's mother has 3 children. The first child's name is? Nicole. The second child's name is Penny. What is the third child's name? Now, come here. Just tell the story I told all over again.
Johnny's mother.
Did you see? Break the trance. You understand? For everybody, all together, what's the name of the first child? Johnny. You understand? Oh, okay. Johnny's mother. Oh. Johnny's mother has 3 children, right? The first child name is Nicole. The second child name is Penny. What has this got to do with the story?
It's really because we went a long way. It got nothing to do.
Nothing to do with the story, but what does it do? Yeah, but what does it do? What does it do to your mind? Your mind get focused in on, well, that has something to do with the story. That has something to do with the story. That gotta have something to do with the story. So now, even though which word out of my mouth was the correct answer? The first word out of my mouth, you got it in your head. You can't find the answer because where you at? You stuck out here. You understand? That is an example of trance. You understand? This is the example of it. You understand? You locked in this outer world. When the answers are where at? In the inner world. And you know what the outer world do? Keep you focused out here. Chasing everything that's going on out here. And you cannot ever go inside of you and connect to a flow of answers and information and truths that you already know. But like this exercise, you don't know that you know. And if you don't know that you know, you can have the wisdom of years and years of ancestry within you. But if you don't know that you know, it's like being what? Like being broke, even though you got $1 million in the bank. It's there for you to use, but you don't use it. So that is the first level of initiation, okay? Recognizing that you are in a trance. If you don't recognize you're in a trance, guess what?
You don't know you in a trance.
If you are in jail, let's say, for example, your ancestors got stolen and brought to this country, you understand, and got put into jail. And it was a big jail. The jail was so big, they called it a plantation. They didn't call it a jail, okay? And let's say that you was born in the jail, okay? So the only thing you ever knew was the jail. You never was outside the jail. Now, when somebody came to you and talking about, let's escape from the prison, and it's the only thing you ever known, what do you say? What do you think they say? What do you think you say to them?
Where we going?
Escape from what? Sure, what you mean? I live here. Sure, I'm trying to give me some property up in this piece. I'm trying to buy me some property in the prison. You know what I'm saying? I want to own a house. I want to get a business going. You know what I'm saying?
I want to be the president.
I want to be the president of the prison. You know what I'm saying? What is the only way you would consider escaping?
When you realize you were in jail.
No, not one moment before. You can't even have a discussion about being free until a person realizes they are. You can't even have a discussion about transcending a trance till a person realizes they are in trance. It's that critical. A person walking around assuming that, hey, you know, shoot, I'm free. You see, I'm free, and so you come out and listen, let's go fight for liberation. Fight for liberation? What the hell is you talking about fight? Man, I could go to the store, I could go travel to another city, I can go buy me stuff. I mean, how much more liberated can you get? You can't fight for liberation if you don't know that you're not liberated. You understand? That is the key to the trance.
Same thing for freedom, right?
Same thing.
You don't know freedom, you ain't going there.
You can't fight for something you believe you already have. You can't fight for that you believe you already have. So here we go. In Transcending the Trance, the first level initiation is that you have to know how easy it is to separate your hearing from your listening. You hear stuff all day, night long. You hear so much stuff that you don't know that you're not listening. Because in order to learn how to listen, you have to be able to go to the quiet first. And if you can't hear in the quiet, you ain't going to ever be able to hear when people are really talking. You understand? So masters and people who can help you be free and people who can help you liberate are walking all around. They talking, but you can't hear. You hear them, but you're not listening. Elders are giving us truths, real truth. You hear them, but you are not listening. Now here we go. I just told y'all how this works, right? This is how this works. I'll give you the answer, and once I give you the answer, what I do is I send you into a trance to take the answer back from you. That's what this is how the system works. Because this is the same thing with how. What's the distraction here? How do I distract you by showing you this money? Yeah. And what happens is now instead of listening to what I'm saying, you paying attention to what? What I'm showing you. You're saying you get distracted by what you see. So somebody may come in front of you and they have all the information that you need to know. Because they ain't dressed a certain way, they ain't looking a certain way, they ain't talking a certain way. All of a sudden you just assume, oh, they can't know. You know what I'm saying? You get distracted by the dollar. You get distracted by what you see. And when you get distracted by what you see, you may miss what the person is saying. They may be giving you some real truth, but you're like, oh, that's a bum. How a bum gonna tell me something? You see, it's a distraction. Now, having told you that, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna demonstrate to you how hard it is to do what we're talking about doing tonight. When you're talking about breaking the trance, a lot of years went into creating the trance that we live under. A lot of time and energy went into that. To break the trance requires a serious concentration of focus. Now, I told y'all what I'm doing already, okay? I'm going to give y'all the answer, and then I'm going to take it back by putting you into a trance. I'm going to demonstrate to you all over again one more time, okay? All right. What do you do if you know the correct answer? Raise your hand. You don't say it out loud. Okay, here's the story. Okay, everybody paying attention this time? Okay. You're driving the bus, and at the first bus stop, 5 people get on the bus. Second bus stop, 4 people get off the bus. Next bus stop, 3 people get on the bus. Last bus stop, 2 people get off the bus. Okay? Raise your hand if you know who the bus driver is. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the point. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me tell you. Did I tell everybody who the bus driver is? Not only that, matter of fact, do you know the bus driver live at? Do you know the bus driver's favorite color? You see how when you are hearing and listening, you get a whole other set of information that may not even be connected to what I said. But you have to be able to what? And not be distracted. What was the distraction this time? People doing math. They figuring out, they doing math about how many people on the bus, and they all off in trance. And now they so far off in trance, they cannot get back to where the answer is at and is inside them. Now, I told everybody what? There you go. See, but that's the application of initiation right there. In other words, you say, okay, wait a minute. Last time, I wasn't paying attention to the level, so let me just repeat the story in my head. See, you're using it, that's initiation. Now you said, okay, I went through it once. Let me use what I learned last time, this time, and see if it can give me an answer. And you did, and it got you an answer. That's the breaking the trance. You understand? So now the connection is there, is a little bit more smooth, and you can hear on a deeper level. Okay? Now, Sister Burt, you remember the story I told?
No, that's why I think you got to do it again.
All right. If I do the story again, I'm going to get the answer. Okay? You understand? But here's how I go, though. All right. You on it this time, okay? You're driving the bus, and at the first bus stop, 5 people get on the bus. Second bus stop, 4 get off. Third bus stop, 3 get on. Last bus stop, 2 get off. Who is the bus driver? You got me? Mm-hmm. All right. Now, do you remember the story I told? Tell me the story. Tell me the story I just told.
Stop the beginning.
What's the beginning of the story?
And man, I'm telling you, somebody else that you gotta know. Y'all know, man.
I do this story all over the country, and I'm telling you, people do not get it no matter where I go. I do it over and over and over again. Sometimes I do it to people 3 or 4 times. They don't remember the next time I come. I was just there 2 months ago and still don't get it. You understand? The answer is what? What's the story?
I'm driving the bus.
Why are you driving the bus?
Because you said so.
What was the first word out of my mouth?
You're driving a bus.
I said, you are driving a bus. At the first bus stop, 5 got on, 4 got on, 3 got on, 2 got on. So who was the bus driver?
The one that's driving the bus.
I said, you are driving a bus.
You.
But that's the point. Most people, wherever I go, this is the reality. You understand? They too busy doing what? Counting numbers. They entranced because of the distraction.
I was before you. I was thinking that you were going to ask the question how many people left on the bus, and wasn't going to count the bus driver.
There you go. Here you go. Here is what causes. This is what makes people susceptible to trance. Feel me when I say this, okay? What makes people susceptible to trance is what you just said. Once I started talking, you said, I thought I knew what you were going to ask. And so what I did is I ran ahead, got the answer, and then you asked something else. And I wasn't prepared. Because I threw the other information away. You kept in this case. You said, most people say, I threw that other stuff away because I thought I knew what you was going to ask. Here's the reality, though. It's saying most people live in trance for this one reason. Because they think they know. There's no bigger prison than to think you know. Why does I think I know? What does it mean when a person says, I think I know? When you say, I think I know, what does that mean?
Oh, you know, you don't really know. You don't know.
The bottom line is what?
No.
You don't know. You see, at the end of the day, it simply means, I don't know. But instead of just being quiet, what I'm going to do?
The ego.
I'm going to go to talking, telling you about what? What you think. And tell the truth. Well, if you think you know, what does it really mean?
I don't know.
What's the value of what you think? If you don't know, what's the value to what you think?
No value.
No value at all. But because in this country, we told to talk when we should
listen.
Here is somebody in the room who actually know, and they sitting there explaining to you how to do it or go about it, and you start talking about what?
What you think.
What you think?
About what you don't know.
That is an example of you being in what? Trance. You are in a trance because you have had data put in your head about something that you don't know about. You just got information on it. So somebody teaching you and you start to do what? Talk instead of listen and learn. Two people who think they know something get into an argument. How long do it last? Why do it last so long? Neither one of them know. And it don't matter how long they argue. Will they ever get to know from arguing with each other? But you see this every day. Bunch of people got opinions about stuff they don't know nothing about, and long drawn out discussions about what? Nothing. Two people who think they know something, and one person who actually knows. How long does the person who actually knows stay in the discussion?
Not long.
Why?
Because they can't teach this person. They're not listening. Exactly.
What do they know though? What is the person who actually knows, what do they know about the other two people?
They don't know it.
What they know is they don't know. Yeah. And all the arguing in the world won't make them what? No. So if you know something, do you argue with those who don't know? Matter of fact, if the master begins to talk about what he or she knows, about their experience. And somebody who gets up and starts talking about what they think, you know what the master do? Student is ready, the teacher appears. That means when you all talked out, you done gave up all your theories, you know, all that stuff you've been thinking, when you're ready just to submit to the person who knows, or the master appears. But our problem is our prison is made up of thought. That's why it's so easy to put people in a trance. Because the prison, there's no longer a slave, chattel, physical slavery. Now slavery is maintained by what you think. That's right. And they are all feeding you what? Thoughts. That is what maintains the trance. And if you don't know that you are in a thought prison, guess what?
You're going to stay in it.
You're going to stay in it. You're going to try to buy property in it. You're going to share your opinion in it. You're going to go on business in it. You're going to try to control over what?
Lord.
The prison that you are in. Instead of doing what? Transcending the trance. Instead of escaping slavery, what you're trying to do is get comfortable in slavery. You understand? You know, have more stuff in slavery. Get a bigger job in slavery. You understand? You're trying to reinforce your enslavement because you have went to sleep. You are in trance. And you have forgotten that this is a prison. And now you think this is a place you're actually supposed to live. You actually start calling the prison home. You actually say, this is our country. This is where we're from. You understand? This is what you actually say. You see? Because you are thoroughly in the trance. Here's the first step on the way out of the trance, okay? If you think you know something, that means you don't know. Period. Can two people, when do you actually leave from thinking to knowing? When do those things get separated? When do you actually know something? Period. You actually know it when you experience it. Period. Not 1 minute before, not 1 minute after. Knowing, matter of fact, separate it out. Can you read a book and know something?
Not necessarily.
Well, give me an example where you could.
You read a book that you know whatever that person wrote.
That's what you know. You know what the book said. You have knowledge. That's what the word knowledge means. To know the ledge. You don't know anything. All you know is what the book says. You ain't got no experience yet. If you read a book on how good sex is, do you know how good sex is? What if it was a real good book? You know what you say? You have a real good idea, but it ain't nothing like the real thing. So, but could you imagine somebody who only read the book talking to you about, you know what? Ooh, you know, and the book said, and you sit there and look at them and do what? You really feel sorry for them because they sitting there and they just going on and on about what the book say, and they don't know what they are talking about. They actually are in trance, carrying out and sharing other people's words. Somebody else read those words. They reading, oh, and the book say, and the book say, and the book say. They are in trance with somebody else's experience. They ain't got their own experience yet. And they spend more time talking about somebody else's experience because what? They ain't got their own. You understand that? So all they do is walk around. They actually think they have an opinion, but the truth of the matter is what? The opinion has them. They think they have an opinion, but they really in trance. The opinion got them. They don't know what they're talking about, and they don't know if it's true or not true what they're saying. They don't understand even. They don't have an experience to validate even what they are talking about. Transcending the trance means you separate what you think from what you know. You know how deep you can get somebody locked into a trance when they can't separate what they think from what they know? In the beginning, what did God create? The heaven and the earth, right? Who was there?
Nobody could have been there.
But you understand, we in trance because the books say what?
In the beginning.
And so what do we say?
What does that mean? You say, I told
We go and we repeat the book, what the book say, and we assume that is true because we are in a trance because it's been repeated. We don't say that the Bible says in the beginning that God created heaven and earth. We say, no, in the beginning, like you was there, God created heaven and earth and I saw him. And I wrote it down. You know, I saw her. Whatever I saw, I wrote it down. And you get locked into walking around with those words like they're your experience. When they're not, they're just your knowledge.
That's just like when somebody tells you how old this planet is.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly the point.
That's also that Adam and Eve story. And two people just started on the earth. How do they know what it is?
But the point is, you only can begin to raise those kind of questions when you transcend the trance.
Right.
When you are in the trance, you just take that for granted. That's, you know, the Bible said it so. The book said it so. You cannot separate. I'm not saying if it's true or not true. All I'm simply saying is that you have to separate what the book say from what?
Right.
What your experience is. And if you can't separate what you think from what you know, guess where you're going to live at?
It's not.
You're going to live in trance. And your whole life can come and go, and you don't talk about nothing but what you think, what other people's experiences are. Matter of fact, check it. I want y'all to just do an experiment. Do an experiment. Go out over the next 24 hours and have conversations with different people. And I will guarantee you, I will bet $1 to a dime that 90% of the conversations that you have with people, 90% of the conversations you have with people is about what they think. It's about nothing. It's about something they saw on TV, something they read in the book, something they heard somebody else say. Oh, did you hear what's going on in Iraq? Oh, did you see what the Lakers did yesterday? Oh, did you see? All the conversations that people have. How often do you get into a conversation with somebody about what you know? What your life experience is? You know what I'm saying? What's real? That you can talk about something that, when you know something, can somebody take that from you? Mm-hmm. Why?
Because you know it.
You know it. It's your experience. It don't matter if people agree with it.
It's built in.
It's built in.
Yeah.
But when you don't know it, when you just got knowledge, guess what? People take that from you all day and night long. Take it again, give you some new knowledge. Here's it. Take it. It's all people, 90% of the conversation. That's what initiation is. When you only talk about what you know. When you sit down with the master ain't giving you no opinions, ain't giving you no theories. The master is talking to you about what? Living knowledge, living experience. And he's able to take you from a place where you don't know to where?
Where he is.
To a place where you do know. Because what? Because he knows. And here's the deal. What do the master know? The master know how to escape from prison. He was walking around the prison like Harriet Tubman, walking around the plantation. And what does she know? She know how to get out of here. Matter of fact, they say she freed 300. What did she say?
She 3,000 say no, they were slaves.
She could have freed thousands if they knew they were slaves. What did she really make? What is she really saying about that statement?
They're in the trance.
She said, shoot, please, I could have, man, I knew the way. You know what I'm saying? And probably the more the better on a certain level. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, I'm going to, when the master show up on the plantation, the master don't show up on the plantation and say, hey, okay, everybody want to be free, let's go. Oh, no. The master show up on the plantation and do what? Speak in a skilled, quiet voice. Because the only people that you can help to transcend or to escape are the people that's seeking to transcend or escape. Which means what? They already know what?
Which way they going? They already know that.
They know they're enslaved.
They already know they're in prison. They already know they're in prison. You can help anybody who already know they're in prison. Because if you know that first, if you're going to transcend the trance, you have to first know that you are in the trance. If you're going to, there you go. If you are going to escape the prison, it's only possible to escape the prison if what? You know you're in the prison. If you don't know you're in the prison, is it possible to escape? If you did escape, what would you do? Oh, Lord, I'll get back to the prison. You would literally run back into the prison.
Right.
If you stumbled on freedom, if you stumbled on escape, if you don't know that you're in freedom, if you don't know that you're in prison, you would fight your way back to prison. That's how deep it is when you sleep to the prison that you are in. And then there's other people, you won't even care what other people are doing. Because all of a sudden, when you go outside of the prison, guess what? Everything looks different than it do inside the prison. And you know what happens? Prison may not be too good, but, I get 3 meals, you know what I'm saying? I get a warm place to sleep, somebody there. You step off in freedom, and guess what happens? The minute you get in freedom, guess what happens? You become what? You become responsible. Ain't nobody to feed you. Ain't nobody to take care of you. Who's responsible for you?
You.
And you get to be responsible for you. And if you're afraid to be responsible for you, once you step off into freedom, what do? Shoot, man. I don't know how to hustle in the prison. Shoot. I know how to work that out.
There's a lot of cases like that, too, where brothers did 20 years and this and that and the other. They throw a brick when they go out, so they go back to jail.
There you go.
Transcending into that.
There you go. Now they locked into the trance of being in prison.
Yeah.
So now that freedom is a threat. They don't want to have nothing to do with freedom.
But it's you out here.
Now, here's the deep though. Unless they are led out of the prison by the master. The master is simply somebody who already knows how to survive outside of prison. So when you come out of prison, you don't come out by yourself. The master tell you where to go when you go out of prison. How to get part of a group. How to continue to feed yourself, or how to live as a free person. Just like when you're born into this world. You ain't born into this world by yourself. You come through a master. She's mastered, she's matured to this realm to the point where she can reproduce energy down into this level. And then once she reproduces, she can what? Feed it, teach it, nourish it, and tell her how to do what? How to survive outside of this prison of this womb. Because they've been born out into another realm. But they have to be born with a guide, a leader, a teacher, somebody who knows how to navigate the world that they enter into. Because if you're not, you walk out here and this is like, woo, I want to go back. Can I get back to my mother's womb? You see, I know that world. Because in that world, you was able to be by yourself and take care of you, safe, secure, all of that stuff. You jump out here, no leader, no guide. If you take a baby and just leave them, what happens?
What's going on now?
The reality is, you understand, the initial work is to show people that they are in trance. To show people that they are in prison. To remind people that our ancestors didn't get on a boat and voluntarily come in over here by and large. Now, some of them was here already, don't get me wrong. But by and large, most of our ancestors came over here as what?
Slaves.
Enslaved Now, did something change since they've been here? Literally, generation after generation is born inside of the, and now so many generations have been born inside the prison that we doing what?
We love the prison.
We love the prison. Could there be a deeper trance than that? Could there be a deeper trance than that? Where you voluntarily go. They don't even have to put you in trance no more. Now they teach you, people wake up and go turn on the TV and get all the trance.
The brother told me, I gotta go back to jail. I gotta do 3 years. I might as well go and get it over with. I mean, we just,
think about how deep that trance is. They let you out on a furlough. And if you got to volunteer to come back into the trance, into the prison. It don't get no deeper. But you know what that is. The person who putting you in trance got a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
That you are going to voluntarily self-entrancement. Now, here's the point. Matter of fact, they so confident, you understand, that they let the master walk among you. Because they said, shoot, please, they liable to kill a master. You understand, the master get out there talking about being free? You fool, we free. What you talking about being free? You understand? They liable to crucify the master. The master get out there and start talking about freedom, about transcending the physical body and living in connecting to the spirit, being one with the creative force of the universe. You start talking, I'm one with God, they might crucify you. You understand that? Shoot, you start going around talking about the politicians and the preachers and talk about how they robbers and talk about that's not the focus of the purpose of life on earth. You start going around talking about that, and they might crucify you. They don't let the master walk in among you. Because the one who step up and start talking to you about how we got to become masters of the prison. We got to own property in the prison. We got to do more to take over the prison. The one who talks to you about loving the prison works for who? He works for the prison maker. That's who he works for. That's how you can tell. Even their own teacher. You understand? I mean, let's take it in baby steps. You understand? If you don't know that you are in trance, that is the first step. Getting to know that. Spending time understanding what it means to be in trance, what it means to be in prison. Another way that we say this is you locked into personality and you don't know self. And if you don't know self, you think you came here as a personality. When the truth of the matter is what?
Right.
When you was born on this earth, you popped out of your mother's womb. Bam! I'm here. What did you have? The potential. What was your potential at that moment? Wait. Say that slow. You said there was no limit on your potential when you were born. You popped up on earth. What are you capable of learning?
Yes.
What are you capable of doing? So if you pop up on the earth and born with you, you have to go get it. You don't have to learn anything. All of it is already here with you. Yourself has the capacity to learn anything and do anything. It has that when you get here. So if you have that, how do a person, when they get on earth, how do they all of a sudden get stupid or get bad at math or get not good at reading? How do you get that way? How do a person get low self-esteem? How do a person get self-hate?
By being transcended into something else.
Here it is. It's unlimited potential. Somebody recognizes, whoa, they got unlimited potential. So why don't I take that unlimited potential and create someone who hates themselves? Because if it's unlimited, is it possible to create somebody who hates themselves? Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. So now, connect it. You're saying, connect the fact that now here it is, unlimited potential, born. All of a sudden, wait, how do you get the person to hate themselves?
Tell them that they look ugly, your hair is horrible, your hair is short, especially little girls, black girls. Your hair, it just won't grow. And then continue to make it an issue. When they continue to make it an issue over and over until you think that's right, you kind of believe it.
So here it is. You're born, you have unlimited potential. And all of a sudden, on day one, people start, let's do, before we jump to that part, let's do the real simple part of it first. Day one, what do people start to call you? Yeah, they begin to call you by your
name?
Your name. Where do you get your name from? Yeah, somebody named you. So, an example of a name that you might get when you're born is what? Sam. There you go. You got a name, Sam. You understand? Pop out. First thing they call me Sam, do I know that I'm Sam?
Not quite yet.
No. Well, for the whole day they call me Sam. Now, the next day, they call me Sam. Do I know I'm Sam yet? I'm not there yet, you know what I'm saying? But I'll get there, you know what I'm saying? But here's the point. Now, every day, over and over and over, they keep saying, Sam, 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 Sam. And they do that over and over and over until one day, what happens?
You know you
Nothing, huh? Yeah, huh?
As soon as they say Sam, you jump up.
That's right. And then, how do I describe myself? I say, I'm Sam.
Right.
Now, let's follow it back now. Was I born Sam?
No.
No, I was born simply as what? Unlimited potential. I could be any name, couldn't I? And they chose one possibility, one name, Sam, and began to call to me over and over and over again. And one day I started to do what? I started to answer to it, and I started to call myself Sam. I'm Sam. Sure, that's who I am. I'm Sam. Now, here I go. Let's take that same formula and say, I pop out of my mother's room and they say, you dumb, stupid, and ugly. You dumb, dumb, dumb. You're stupid, you're ugly. You ain't gonna be no good. Your daddy wasn't no good. You black, and black people are the lowest on the pole toe. And they begin to say that to me. What's my potential when I'm born? There you go. And every day they tell me that over and over. Show me that picture. Tell me that I'm less than every day, over and over. Then all of a sudden, one day I say what? I'm black, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm ugly. That's who I am, true.
You start acting it.
There you go.
And start treating everything that look like you. It's like,
because that's what?
What it is.
That's who I am. Now, how did I get to be this way?
Because of the suggestion.
Was it just one suggestion?
No.
It was perpetual suggestion, over and over and over. What if they do the opposite? When I popped out on board, they say, you are great, you wonderful, you the best, you're going to do great things. And they tell me that over and over and over every day. One day I do what?
Do great things.
I say, I'm great, I'm wonderful, I'm going to do great things. And I attempt to do what? Live up to that potential. You see how you put somebody into a trance? Now, they don't risk just telling it to you that you black, and black means this, this, and that. They give you an image of it. They give you songs with it in it. They give you words, and they get you to do what? Play them over and over and over and over again until you what? Till you actually believe that's who you are. You understand how significant that is? How much data they put into? Now, here's the question. Is this who you are? This thing that you've been repeating, I hate myself. Is this who you are?
No, not really.
But it's who you have
become.
Now, how'd you become that? Let's go to the process. The word educate means what?
Training.
It means, it comes from a Latin word, Educere, it means to educe, which means to what? Bring out. That means the educator understands what? Everything is in there. I can teach that person anything. That's what the master knows. I don't care who you is. I can teach you anything because what? You have what kind of potential? Unlimited. So what can I teach you? Anything. So what I choose to teach you is called education. What I choose to bring out of you. So the potential to be dumb is in you, ain't it? And the potential to be smart is in you, ain't it? The potential to be weak is in you. The potential to be strong is in you. So if I know all that is in you, and I see that you I see that you are my enemy, what am I going to focus on bringing out of you? I'm going to bring out of you you're weak, you're dumb, you're less than, you're no good. And I'm going to educate you to be that. And I'm going to feed it to you over. Matter of fact, I'm going to feed it to you long enough to get you to do what? To feed it to yourself. So now you say, I'm dumb, I'm less than, I'm free.
And once you believe that, it's in your subconscious and you don't have to think it anymore.
That's it. You act it out. Because here's, go on, I'm sorry.
I was thinking of a story that I'm always scared of it's bad and this, that, and other. And when somebody goes and tells them that they're not bad, what do? They don't believe in it. No, they don't. They go and do something
to prove that they're bad. Because they have identified with being bad. Period. They have now absorbed it into their consciousness and they live it out. They have become this. And here's the most fundamental part of it, okay? They have forgotten what? There you go. They forgot who they are. All they can talk about is who they become. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. Every time you use the word I, you're talking about a personality that you become. Check it out tomorrow. Just go through the day tomorrow and listen to every time you say the word I.
I don't think they forgot who they were. Because they never knew. Because they were getting this negative lesson.
Well, here's the point. Let's look at it then. When does a person lose their unlimited potential?
Once it goes into the subconscious, they never lose.
But you see the point? It's like the $1 million in the bank.
Because
when do you lose the $1 million in the bank?
When you find out you got it.
But the truth of the matter is that as long as the $1 million in the bank, what? It's there. As long as the unlimited potential is there, it's there. But once you forget about it, it's like what? It's just like it's not there.
But anything learned, you can learn.
And here's the point. The truth of the matter is that what you even call learning is an aspect of what? It's an aspect of self.
Yeah.
The fact that you can learn. You're always learning. But the minute you begin to think, you know, begin to create a box for your personality. You begin to lie. When you say the word, I can't. What does that really mean?
It means I identify.
That's what it means. It means that I am in the trance of can't. Because the truth of the matter is, if I got unlimited potential, what does that mean? I can. But the minute I say I can't, you know what? I can't read. So what kind of effort did I make?
No, a little.
Here's the forces working, okay? At any moment in time, three things are true. Either you can, you can't, or you don't know if you can or you can't. Now, those three things being true, watch what happens to energy. Let's say I'm connected to my unlimited potential, I know myself, I can get across the room to Sister Burke. The minute I say I can, what does the energy begin to do?
Lift you up.
Lift you up. And it begins to move you. I hit an obstacle. Oh, man. The chair's in the way. But I can make it. I can make it. So since I know I can make it, what do?
Move the chair.
I look for a way around the obstacle, and I do what? Keep on going. Long as I stay connected to what? I stay connected to self and the truth that I can. I can overcome the obstacle, and I can keep moving until I do what? Till I reach my goal. Now, watch the other forces of energy. What if I say that, all right, you know what? I can't make it over there to Sister Burt. I can't make it. What does energy do? The minute I say I can't, what does the energy do?
Won't let you.
Energy, when I said I can't, became active. Actively moving toward the goal. The minute I say I can't, energy becomes what?
Can't.
Becomes passive, and it does what? Yo, you know, you're past 40, dude. I mean, what you know, what's up? You know, shit, I can't do nothing. I mean, I'm oppressed, and I ain't nothing I can do about it. Chill. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? You simply say what? I can't. So energy functions in what kind of way? Passive. What if you say, you know what? I don't know if I can. Maybe I can get over there. Maybe I can. I don't know. I don't know. I think I can. I think I can. Oh, man, the chair in the way. Oh, I can't do it. Shoot, forget that. See, I tried. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I don't want to sit here and do nothing. Maybe I can do it. I can do it. Okay, wait. Maybe I can get around this chair this time. I mean, that chair was there last time, but let me see. I think I can do it.